Hello and welcome back once again to State of the Table. My name is Ryan, also known as Rezial, and this is my now monthly video series where we get a quick look at the hobby table, see what's been going on, and if there's anything new happening, and just give you guys a quick tour. No fanciness here, just gonna take a look and see if there's anything interesting going on, and I would like to keep it close to 5 minutes if possible. Y'all do let me know if you like this series going monthly instead of what it was weekly. I think weekly was a little bit less useful overall than maybe it would be spread out a little bit more, so we'll check that out, and if you have any comments or suggestions about that, do let me know. But without further ado, let's get into it. So really the main thing I want to talk about this week is one of the models that is my prep for the Rocky Top Warhammer 40k tournament coming up here at the end of May, so we're just barely a month out, and that is my Ultramarines that I'm going to be taking. It's the end of 9th, and I was going to take my Dark Angels, but with all the changes and some of the other issues going on, I just kind of didn't feel like I wanted to rush into that. I also think there's going to be some big stuff happening for Dark Angels probably in like a year at most, so I may want to hold off on doing anything big with them for a little while longer and just see what happens. Also, we're getting new Terminators, and that's going to be something good. So hey, what would be a good substitute? Well, Ultramarines and my Robute Guilliman, and this is a model that I've owned since 7th edition, and I never actually finished. I had proxied him quite a few times, and so I'm working on him now, and this is where he's at, and I've really been enjoying him. I had to get him up to a certain stage just to play with him yesterday, and this is also the reason why I am about a day late getting the weekly video out this week, which is I'm in tournament prep, so I'm doing testing and things, play testing, and we had a monthly meetup for a gaming group, and so I got to play some games, and that was good, but it did mean I didn't really have time to get the video out. So I got this guy up to a space where I was happy to go put him on a table, and he was a lot of fun. He did quite well. So I am currently working on, I had basically done a lot of work on his face. I did that separately. I do want to fix one of his eyes. I think is a little bit too far. I think it's going to be his left eye. It's a little bit too far poking inward, so that if you do look at him straight on, he gets a little bit cross-eyed, so I do want to fix that. Don't think that's a big deal, because I did actually magnetize his head. I do have both head options, of course, and his head is on a magnet, and it will just pop right back in. And so I can take that back off, put it back on a skewer to work with, and get that going. Also working on the glow from his Emperor's Sword. I've got more done on the flaming sword effect on the back side than I do on the front side so far. That one is not quite as far along. Neither side is totally finished, but I got more finished on this side. And because I've got the model as though it is in normal light, not like nighttime or darkness, I don't want the glow to be overpowering. I want it to appear naturalistic, as though, you know, he's not in a dark environment or nighttime. So working with that with some transparent so far, tinting some of the nearby surfaces, and then I'm going to work on a little bit of maybe specular highlighting and stuff like that to get that going. Got a little bit of coloration to the side of his face just to show that off, and I'll add like some tiny extra work there too. Working on some highlighting, got lots to do, fixing up the gold. This guy is full of detail and gold stuff. Like there's plenty to do. Getting him fixed up and going, but I do have a whole other army that I'm working, or a whole rest of the army that I'm working on, so I can't devote all my time to him. But I basically have everything except for the head and the backpack extra detail piece glued on, and of course the head's magnetized, and then of course the other head, I won't be using it anytime soon, but I'll get it magnetized up and going. And I went ahead and decided to go with a word bearer on the base, because Ultramarines hate word bearers, and that is what I wanted to do. And so yeah, we'll we'll get this going. You guys can see pics of Mr. Gilliman, Mr. Bobby G, up on the Instagram. That is at little EAO on Instagram, LITTLEIAO. And that is where we are at, state of the table. A little spoiler warning, or whatever. The state of the table is extremely messy. I actually cleaned it up since last time, and then got it even messier than it was previously. So that is just what happens sometimes. I'll be cleaning it up again. I'm actually tweaking the list some, so that I'm gonna take. So I'm working on some models and shuffling some things. I got some Centurions there in the background. So far, they're not on the list. They're just some models that I had been working on before. Thinking about working on a Landspeeder Storm to take, so that may show up. I will get you guys, so far, since I'm going to do this monthly, I'll get you guys another update right before Rocky Top happens. And maybe seeing a couple of people there that do watch the show, so anybody that wants to shout out, check out Rocky Top. Also, shout out to War Games Live, who will be there streaming the event, so if y'all want to shout him out and you know, mention that I might be there. He may get me on stream, he may not. You never know. That'll be up to him, but we shall see. But that is it. Until next time, thanks so much, y'all. Have a great night.